All right, so I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we have the minutes of April 22nd. What would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of April 22nd.
And I'll second that motion.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, then we have review and approve bills for payment, and the warrants 23 and 23P. And before we do that, we had a request for us to consider town employees, if because of the virus, they're not able to work their full week, would we consider paying them the balance so they get a full week's pay?
Well, would you like a
I'm
motion
wondering,
so that we can discuss it? Oh, Zeke froze up.
He
again.
froze again.
oh, okay, yeah,
There you go. You're there.
all right. So I'm not sure where I got frozen, but so there was a request that because of the virus, some employees are just having to work shorter work weeks. Would we go ahead and pay them for the full work week?
Would you like a motion so that we can discuss it?
Sure.
I'd like to move that even if town employees cannot work their full hours because of COVID-19, that for the period through this fiscal year, June 30th, we agree to give them their full week's salaries or pay.
Okay. Have a second?
I guess not. So is there another motion that we'd like? Terry, do you have something else in mind?
I would change that from the rest of the fiscal year to go just for this month of May. So that way, as things are changing on the day on this stuff, as to what's being allowed and what's not being allowed and what's going to be open, should we just try it for this month of May until we can see where this is going forward?
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah. So why don't you make a motion, Terry?
I'll make a motion that we, for the month of May, we will pay the town employees, officials, their full salary, and then take it up at a later meeting as to what we do past that.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, I was just wondering if there is under the pandemic assistance programs, is there a mechanism that would address this issue when town employees have to miss hours? Is there anything at the state level, for example, that you're aware of? No.
I'm
No,
not. I have to do some research, I guess.
David, do you mean protocols or do you mean financial support?
I mean financial support. I mean, there's like some variation of unemployment. I mean, I'm not sure what the extent of the reduced hours are, but when I guess we don't pay unemployment insurance, right?
Yeah,
we do. Yeah. So,
but they're just working less hours. So is what you're asking that if they work less hours and we pay them for just the hours they work, there would be compensation from the state for the extra hours that they weren't able to work because of COVID-19?
Yeah, that's my question. I mean, that's just I'm wondering about that.
Well, I think that the scale is an important question. So,
Yeah.
when you talk to Charlotte about it, was there a sense of, are we talking, 5 hours or are we talking 15 hours?
Yeah, My sense was it's closer to that 5.
Oh, okay, so it's a small
So
reduction.
the payroll
Go ahead,
warrants that we're
Maria.
gonna look at, the payroll warrants that we're gonna look at, the entire road crew had their full 40 hours. So
That's what
are we just talking the office staff? And
Um,
is it because they're working from home? So obviously they're gonna be more efficient at home because they're not being interrupted with phone calls and visitors and, you know, people coming into what would be normally be the office. So we're not talking a lot of hours, because I don't see where the road crew is being affected by that.
Right, the road crew hasn't been affected. I
Right.
think Lee was concerned, okay, if he, for some reason, they get 3 days of rain and he's not able to maintain the social distance or something, and he sent them home early, just for their safeties, would that apply? And I would think it would, but
Okay.
they haven't had a problem yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd have to furlough the employees in order for them to get any type of
Yes.
benefit.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yep.
But
Okay.
I do agree with Maria. I think what's going on is they're not in the office, so there's not somebody coming in, asking them questions. They're not taking 3 phone calls and bang, wow, you can sit down on a computer and get it all done, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of chatting that happens in the town office that's important. I'm not saying that's not important. It is important, but it's not happening right now, you know.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So motion has been made. Are you ready to vote?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor?
I,
Aye.
Okay, then we'll move on to warrants 23 and the payroll 23P.
I'll make a motion to approve bill for payments warrants 23 and 23P.
second that.
Okay, any discussion? Warrant 23 is for a total of $9,698.75. And most of that going to Highway Department for supplies and repairs, our Rescue, Inc., monthly payment, and payroll transfers. So any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Okay. We don't have any visitors or public comments. Maybe under the road foreman's report, we did get an email. And who'd like to bring that up? Terry, you spoke with Lee.
Right. I spoke with Lee earlier today. We got an email from concerned residents regarding Lee's work that he'd done on North Hollow Road, putting underlayment or under road drainage in, and it affected I believe, this salamander area that was growing salamanders or whatever. So it's what he did actually worked, so it drained the water off, and so the question is, you know, they were upset because of what happened. Lee is very sorry that he did the work on the road when he did. He didn't even think that there was any issue because the water was in the road. It's swampy up there, and he's very apologetic. He had worked on North Hollow Road, working on that same type of drainage on a lower portion. So he was just trying to clear up. That is a class 3 road, so we do get state aid for it, so he has to do maintenance on it. But he wishes now he should have probably just waited a few more weeks and done it.
So I think that we want to respond to the person who wrote the letter, and we also would probably do well to bring the Conservation Commission into the dialogue so that in the future, we can all be abreast of this kind of situation so that it's less likely to happen again.
Yep, I agree. I'd be
Sure.
happy to coordinate that effort, actually,
Okay,
if you want somebody to.
That would be great. I mean, I would support that.
Sure.
You mean coordinate with the Conservation Commission?
Yeah, talk with the conservation minute, and with Lee, and then have a full response. And I would even go and talk with Claudia. I mean, I would call
Okay.
Claudia if that's what the board wants.
everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, and David, if you need more information or repeated information from Terry, don't hesitate to ask her for, more
Yeah.
information relative
Yeah,
to
I
Lee.
will.
And
Absolutely.
I would say this,
yeah.
if even if you can't give Claudia a full response, in the next 24 hours, at least respond in some way to say that we brought it up at this meeting and,
We're looking into it further. We're further looking into it, and we'll get back. more.
we'll respond in more detail.
Respond. Yeah.
Right, and she also did mention that the brush cutting on the side, that was done last fall too. And again, I know it was with, I can't remember, Maria could tell me what type of mower they use, and it makes a rough cut instead of like a little flail mower. Go ahead,
It's
Maria.
a flail mower, yeah.
It's a flail mower,
Yeah,
okay.
It
But
kind of
it's actually it's a head that's on the boom of an excavator.
Okay, there we go. Well, that was done last fall. She's got a better take on that. That was done last fall, and that's for the same reason, for the maintenance, because it is a class 3. I mean, down the line, if somebody like Lee said, we could get around a table sometime, and it something to talk about is, do we want it still a class 3? Or would we want it a trail? But that's for another time, and when we can get around a real table and have a good discussion with Lee,
Right.
if we chose to.
Yeah.
We chose to.
I think that involves a public hearing also, I think.
Exactly, yeah. So, I
change
mean,
the road class, yeah.
but it is a class 3, even though it's a pent road, so we are getting money for it. So it's not like you can just leave it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, so David's going to look and take care of that. Get
Right.
that.
And,
Claudia?
the other thing on if the road foreman's, besides, we know he was on North Hollow this week, but they have been installing some culverts. He's working with Sandwood Putney, and he's just finishing up or any kind of grading that needs to be in patches is what Lee's and the boys have been working at. And they all took the tests. The boys, I don't know if you've got the email that all the highway crew took that little VOSHA test too. So they were doing that.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Great. Okay. Under correspondence for information, is there anything you'd like to discuss there?
The Mike Mrowicki on that provisions for the property tax, that S344 has passed the House and the Senate, and it is on the governor's desk. So we're waiting to see if he signs it. And I'm not sure if anybody really, if you guys read what 344 is. S344. That would allow us as a municipality, as the board, to alleviate or change the date of when taxes are due, for 1. 2, it would allow us up till January 1st to waive the penalties and all that with taxes. And the third one would allow us to go back through the municipal budget and to reduce it, okay, without a special town meeting. So that's coming up. So when, I am assuming at some point here soon, we'll either know if the governor's going to sign it or not sign it, but then it would throw it in our ballpark if it did get signed.
Mhm. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see, under new business, you ready for that?
Mhm.
We have a request from the listers for an extension for filing the grand list. What would you like to do?
I'll make a motion to approve and sign the lister request for the extension to filing the grand list.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion?
From what I've talked to Gene, they're moving quite ahead with this. This would just give them a buffer, but you know, it's gonna be close to when it's actually supposed to be due anyway, but it just, to make sure she would feel better to have this week or two in her, you know, so it's not like it's gonna be pushed way off. I think we have to April 15th, but they want to get this done so we can be right on target with everything.
Yeah, June 15th, I think.
No, I think is it August 15th? I've got too many dates in my head.
Right, yeah, but it's not April, okay.
No.
Okay, any other discussion? I think we've had extensions in the past.
Yeah,
Ready to vote? All those in favor?
I,
Aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, great. Let's see, do you want to let Jean know that, Terry?
yes, I will, and I've got to sign, and I'll scan it in and send it out tomorrow.
Great, good. Okay, we have the VOSHA training on our agenda.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was the mandatory training that needed to take place, and it had to be done by Monday, by the governor's order from a week ago Friday. And all the highway crews done it, all the listers have done it, all the town office personnel has done it, and I believe Geraldine, did you do it?
I did it. Yep. I didn't.
Yep.
I sent my certificate actually to my HR person at my office, but I could send it also to the town office if that's important.
Yeah,
Either
we're
certificate.
putting it all in the file, so that means all the select board's done it.
Okay,
Okay.
So it's all been completed.
great, good. Okay. Any other business?
Well, a little bit of unfinished business. So Zeke, you
okay.
were gonna talk to somebody about,
Yes. And I'm going back and forth
oh,
with the telephone calls.
okay,
So that's a work in progress.
okay.
Okay, so you guys all, that all just cut out. What were we discussing? I didn't hear any of it.
Oh, okay. We were discussing, I was going to get in touch with a candidate I thought would be a good animal control officer.
And
Okay, all right.
process, yeah. Okay.
And while we're bringing that up, we should, it's on the town website for all the positions we need.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in animal, well, I don't know if you've got somebody for animal control, but health officer, I mean, the list is all there, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Planning Commission, DRB. Yeah. Okay. So, any other unfinished business? Or maybe I'm frozen out again?
No, you're fine.
No, you're good.
Oh, I wasn't expecting a response.
Yeah. There's a little bit of
No
lag
further business.
time.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't know on your computer, but does yours go yellow around the box when you start talking?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
tend to hesitate when somebody's kind of got a little yellow going.
Ah,
So it's like,
Yeah,
right. Okay. I guess that's about it, unless anyone has anything else.
Nope.
no, that's it. for me.
Okay. Oh, actually, before I forget it, there was another email that came through at 4 o'clock, that Lori wrote and I'll just follow up with that with the sheriff's department, just so let you know.
That's on Chamberlain's property.
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll just make a quick call so we can take care of that.
Great. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. All right.
There goes that yellow box again, Maria.
Right.
Yeah.
Stay
Who
stay
seconded
safe,
that?
everyone.
Well, thanks very
I'll
much.
second it. Geraldine seconds it.
Okay.
Oh,
Good. Okay. Thank you, Geraldine, for hosting this again.
Yeah, well, it's really good to see everybody and at least hear Maria. So, yeah, awesome. Great. Thank you.